Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, villagers in the spotlight for banned fishing. Demolition of Old Nausori Market underway. And human rights issues discussed at regional workshop.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
A number of villagers in Vanuatu are under the spotlight after being identified for catching and selling undersized beach timber and other banned species of fish. Fisheries Minister Semi Koroilavesau says it came to their attention after illegally caught fish were sold to seafood processors around the country. Kelly Vadalo reports.
The raid at a seafood processing facility over the weekend has led the fisheries officials to the actual source from where this undersized beach timber and banned fish stock are coming from.
In the provinces of Vanuatu, Mbua and Maduata mainly. But my officers have told me that there are also incidents that they are monitoring now along the coast of Vitilevu. We need more wider consultations and awareness to the villagers.
The fisheries officials seized a large number of undersized beach timber and 3 humphead rossi from a facility in Suva. Semi Koroilavesau says the villagers must understand the reason behind enforcing the ban.
It is basically we are running out. Out of the species that we have in Fiji, 2 are totally extinct, which basically means that we've harvested and there's no more available underwater. For the benefit of future generations, we need to carry out some drastic actions.
Fisheries officer Melly Ray Thembe is urging the villagers and those living along the coastal areas to adhere to the regulations.
The main reason why we need to sustain it is because it has sustained our livelihoods for the past few decades, so it's important that we continue to do this.
The Fishery Ministry says any individual found harvesting or selling beach timber can be fined up to $10,000 and any company found purchasing or selling beach timber or any banned fish species can face a penalty of up to $20,000. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
A senior government driver faces numerous charges after an incident yesterday. 52-year-old Chesem Bauli is charged with dangerous driving occasioning bodily harm, 1 count of failing to stop when required to do so by police, assault, resisting arrest and refusing to undergo a breathalyzer test. Bauli is alleged to have been under the influence of alcohol while driving on McGregor Road in Suva yesterday and later turned himself into the police. The military officer has been granted bail with 1 surety for $2,000 and the case has been adjourned to February 27th next year. The National Occupational Health and Safety Service is currently working with the Nausori Town Council to safely remove non-friable asbestos material from the Old Nausori Market. 50% of the roof structure has been demolished and will be packaged for disposal. Savar Tambor reports.
Development planned for this site has been held up due to the delay in demolition of the market structure.
Be disposed to at a number of landfill site soon. So once we store it carefully, we will then be able to transport it to number site and then continue with the work. Probably by the end of this week, we should be able to dismantle the roof structure and dispose the asbestos material to number landfill by end of this week and complete the works by next week.
Meanwhile, a few businesses in Osori are frustrated, claiming the work at the site is affecting their business.
They could have done this thing on Sunday and Monday is public holiday, na? And now since 2 weeks they've been doing this. So how can they do it on one day?
They could do it in the night time or in the holidays, Sundays, But blocking the traffic like this is very bad, because it gets all jammed. We carrier operators, I'm a carrier driver, it's very hard for us to move around. If we go to Kasavia and pick something, it takes us 1 hour to come back again, just in town.
The Osori Town Council says that they have a comprehensive work plan that is being followed for demolition work. Shop and Save Supermarket has won the tender to sublease this site for the next 50 years, where they will be investing around $40 million. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Understanding the importance of human rights and how to monitor the implementation are key points that will be discussed during the regional workshop on economic, social, cultural and human rights indicators. Participants from across the Pacific have gathered in Nandi to discuss these issues for the next 3 days. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Economic, social and cultural rights, like other human rights, are important for every human being.
Our ability to be able to resource and build the capacity and let alone fund the various projects that are required for us to meet our SDGs and meet these international obligations are extremely limited.
The Attorney General also stressed to the participants the importance of setting their targets and checking to see if they've been achieved.
It's one thing to set up an institution, it's one thing to set up the process, but you need to have durability to it, you need to have continuity to it. Otherwise there's no point. We can all go there and cut a cake and cut a ribbon and garland each other. It all looks good for the papers or the TV. But we need to come back and say in 5 years' time, is it still there or not? Is it working or not?
Participants are aiming for a fruitful outcome after the 3-day meet.
So what we are hoping is that this will start the dialogue and discussion that has been ongoing for a long time. But within this dialogue, what we are introducing is practical tools. The tools of how do you use human rights indicators, how do you measure, how do you progressively make sure that these rights are being protected and promoted.
The need to work together in achieving these human rights is an important aspect of discussions. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Lifeline Fiji is concerned with recent child suicides. Last week, police attributed the deaths of 2 young girls aged 7 and 16 to suicide. Prior to these cases, the youngest person on record to have committed suicide was only 8 years old. The CSO was calling on parents to be vigilant with their children, to recognize any warning signs and to know that there is help at hand. Maggie Boyle reports.
Lifeline Fiji estimates that every 36 hours, a Fijian attempts suicide.
We're seeing this increase also in our services. We're receiving, increased number of calls for support for children and young people with suicidal ideation and self-harm habits.
It's a heartbreaking reality that Mani says parents need to be aware of.
Recognize that some of these actions can be impulsive on the part of the children. However, usually there are signs or symptoms that are there, which can be as simple as a child demonstrating changes in behavior.
Given it's the school holidays, police are also urging parents and guardians to be aware of the emotional state of their charges.
So we are just requesting the parents and guardians just to be aware, be vigilant enough, take care of the children. We are doing our part from the police side, but it's a two-way.
Always important that parents and guardians realize that if there are problems that they're facing that is becoming a bit too much and they do not know how to handle it, it is always important to reach out and ask for help.
In April, police revealed that more than 1,350 Fijians had committed suicide or attempted to commit suicide in the last 6 years. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Still to come, fire destroys 2-bedroom home. And second round of election recruitment drive next month. Stay with us.
Moala rarara ranavika o tikongona tauna singatoka ando talisaka na vakaronga na Bula FM number 2 na serre.
Ya dora subuni kurnambili. Borani batukara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na vakaronga na Bula FM number 2 na serre. Bula.
Bula FM number 2 na serre.
A 2-bedroom house was destroyed by fire early today at Sukunaivalu Road in Nambua. The National Fire Authority says when their team arrived at the scene, the wooden structure was fully engulfed. An eyewitness told FBC News 2 women were inside the house when the fire broke out, but managed to escape with the help of their neighbours. It is believed the blaze started due to unattended cooking. Investigation continues. A Pacific Geospatial Information System and Remote Sensing Council will soon be established. While officiating at the Pacific GIS and Remote Sensing Annual Conference this morning, Minister for Industry and Trade Fayaz Koya said this will enable islanders to better understand the Pacific's information system. Sainani Boylo reports.
The close collaboration of Pacific Island heads of organizations in the one-week GIS and RS conference will also see the finalization of the paperwork to form a new GIS Pacific Council.
I hope that the other regional counterparts can also offer their expertise to serve on this council, as this would take our expertise and knowledge to greater heights and bring innovation to this critical area of information management. Hopefully this comes into play when the new council continues.
SPC's Director Geoscience, Energy and Maritime, Dr. Andrew Jones, says, given our geographic location, we need to work together to utilize the available resources, share information, and map geographic information for the Pacific.
The value of geospatial information in helping to make informed decisions, to make better decisions for the people of the Pacific in times of disaster, but that applies to every day as well.
Fiji established its GIS system in the last 3 years to help focus efforts for national development strategies. The week-long conference will end on Friday. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
The Fijian Elections Office is urging school teachers to apply for posts as election officials. Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Sanim says they will be running the second round of recruitment drive for officials from the first week of December. He says this drive will be specifically for school teachers. Sanim says the teachers are their backup staff and will be used where they have low turnout.
This time, all school teachers will also have to apply on our election official recruitment system so that we are able to have them sit the test and then they will be referred for training. School teachers are encouraged to apply quickly so that we can train them in January and not affect the school schedules in the coming year.
In world news, airlines are on red alert as a thick cloud of volcanic ash has formed over Mount Agung in Bali. It's the second major emission this month from the volcano on the Indonesian island, and experts say a major eruption is likely before Christmas. Ahead in sports with Jamie, New Zealand dominates World Rugby Awards, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. Companies show interest to join stock exchange. And in growing Fiji, residential lots planned for Tavakumbu Latoka. Stay with us.
I'm under of Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
In business tonight, the South Pacific Stock Exchange is currently in talks with two prominent companies who wish to join the stock market. Manager Operations Pritesh Prasad says these companies are working with their investment advisors to finalize their listings. Prasad says the companies are expected to be listed by the first quarter of next year. At the moment, 19 companies are listed on the stock exchange. Fijian Holdings Limited has reappointed Isikeli Tikunduadua as the director of A-class shareholders. Tikunduadua is filling the casual vacancy on the FHL board, which was created by the unresolved appointment of Yogesh Karan. Group Chief Executive Nazar Parit says Tikunduadua will fill the post until the next AGM in October. And we now join Rocco from HFC Bank with the latest from the stock markets.
Thank you. Let's review the South Pacific Stock Exchange market action last week. A total of 679,002 shares exchanged hands in 26 transactions. Total consideration amounted to over $2,496,000. RB Patel Group was the most active stock in terms of value and number of trades, concluding at a new all-time high price of $4.26. Other price gainers for the week were Freebird Institute, which was up by 0.4% and closed at $2.48, and Toyota Tsusho was up by 0.21%, closing at $4.86. Vision Investments Limited also rose to a new maximum price of $2.70, following an increase of 3.85%. A slight drop was noted in Amalgamated Telecom Holding shares, which fell by 0.54% and now trades at $1.85. Subsequent to the various share price movements, the overall capitalization of market rose by 1.42% and concluded the week at a value of $1.75 billion. That's a wrap from our local stock market.
Thanks for the update, Rocco. Looking at today's current exchange rates set each morning for the Fijian dollar. Our dollar was on par with the New Zealand dollar and was up against all the other currencies except the euro. As for the commodities market, oil prices was up to close at $58.85 a barrel. Gold was down to close at $1,286 an ounce, and silver closed at $17.04 an ounce. And in Fiji tonight, 70 acres of land will be developed into over 500 residential lots at the Tavakumbu in Lautoka. Out of this, 100 lots will be ready by September and the rest by September 2019. The Housing Authority of Fiji laid the foundation for the housing subdivision last week. Chief Executive Dr. Puneet Sethi said close to $20 million has been set aside for the project. He added this development will assist in addressing the growing demand for housing in the Greater Lautoka area. And that's business this evening. Sports is up next, and here's Jamie.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Baber banking on experience for Dubai, and McKee applauds local-based Flying Fijians. This and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टॉको पाबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट।
Fiji Airways National Sevens coach Gareth Baber is working tirelessly to perfect his team combinations ahead of the opening round of the 2017-18 World 7 Series, which kicks off in Dubai this weekend. Having fallen short to South Africa 24-16 in the Cup final last year, the primary goal is to start its series campaign on a good note by avenging that loss. Meli Tavanga has more.
With just few days to the Dubai Sevens, Coach Baber says with a mixture of players he has in his squad, he's counting on them to deliver on game day.
At experience levels, quality, physicality, how they are as rugby players and individuals, and I've picked that squad to go and win the Dubai and South African tournaments. I know every other coach is doing the same, but that's my mentality.
However, Baber says the Dubai and South Africa Sevens tournaments will be tough as all teams are aiming to start the series with a win.
The Australian game becomes a very physical battle, which Australia want to happen. What we've got to do is make sure that we play the rugby that Fiji play, and when we have beaten them last year, the numbers of times that we did beat them last year, we played the way that we wanted to play and we got those victories. So it's just reminding the players that topping that pool will progress us to a good quarter-final.
Olympic gold medalist 29-year-old Sasa Vermaloa says he is looking forward to donning the white jersey.
The boys just can't wait to play for Dubai, and they're excited. For the last few months, coach believe in us. These are the team that have been announced.
Fiji kicks off the Dubai Sevens campaign against Russia on Friday at 7:06 p.m. and you can watch all the matches live on FBC TV. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways Flying Fijians coach John McKee is pleased with the performance of local players that featured for his side on its Europe tour over the last 3 weeks. The national 15s team started its autumn campaign with an unexpected loss to Italy by 19 points to 10, then regained momentum to give Giant Killers Ireland a 23-20 scare before putting on a much improved performance with a 57-17 win over Canada in its last test of the year. Eroni Tuinuku has more.
Getting overseas exposure through the National Rugby Championship earlier this year benefited these local players during the autumn tests.
now is very noticeable that the players that came from the NRC to the November tour are really fit and ready to play at that level.
Speaking after the third match against Canada, McKee says he has seen improvements in some of the players.
Levani Botti has been strong for us in the midfield. I think, you know, Onivar still shows what a good footballer he is in the midfield today. You know, Jim Nagoose was dangerous when he came off the bench. It's good that Semi Kunatani is now getting some experience in 15s and, you know, play 80 minutes in the back row. That was very good for him.
For now, it's back to the drawing board for the coaching staff as they plan ahead for next year's competitions.
We'll review the tour, review the players' performance, and, you know, look forward to our test series in June of next year, where we'll play Georgia, Romania, and Tonga and Fiji.
Fiji is currently on 10th position in the world rankings after the Europe tour, whereas New Zealand, England, Australia and Ireland are in the top 4. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Expect fireworks when Fiji takes on Tonga in the Oceania Rugby Under-20 trophy match at Churchill Park tomorrow. The two sides held their captain's run today with one aim only, to win the first clash. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Laying down the challenge, the Tongans mean business and are wanting to win on Fiji's home soil.
We are looking forward for tomorrow, for the big game to take over Fiji.
And today the Tongans had a chance to go through their plays before the clash tomorrow.
Focus on the game plan for tomorrow, like just work hard on the line out, the set piece.
For the Fiji Under-20 team, they're expecting nothing less than a win.
For us, the only way we can make it through to the Oceania Comms and the Junior World Trophy is to either win or score maximum points in these tournaments.
It will be an intense battle between the two teams when they take on each other tomorrow, as spots for the 2018 Rugby World Cup Under-20 trophy and the 2018 Oceania Rugby Championships is up for grabs for the winner. Felipe Naikaso, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways national team captain Jerry Tuwai missed out on the World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year award in Monaco today. Racing 92 thumped French top 14 leaders Montpellier 26-0 this morning. The Fiji Boxing Association will send 6 of the country's best boxers to the Pacific Mini-Games in Vanuatu next month. All 6 fighters will compete in different categories at the competition, increasing its chances of bagging more medals for Team Fiji. Eroni Tuinuku reports.
Top local boxer Winston Hill says Team Fiji will have a positive outcome at the Games.
We've been training really hard and the team looks really strong. And we're looking to pull 6 gold medals at these Pacific Games, making it. And I believe this is the biggest contingent that boxing is sending to any international meet since, I believe, 2003.
Hill will be leading the pack, sharing his knowledge to other boxers.
Yep, I'm just looking at terms of experience and something that I was able to pick up from those international meets and bring back home and share it with the other fighters, you know, like the judging criteria, things that the judges would look at so that we're able to fight accordingly.
As they travel to represent the nation.
Thank you very much, Fiji, for supporting us. Each time that we've gone away, I know that the heart of the Fiji public has always been behind us.
The boxing national team will aim for gold in order to qualify for the Commonwealth Games next month. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Boxer Sergey Kovalev stopped Vyacheslav Sabransky inside 2 rounds in New York to recapture the WBO title. The Russian light heavyweight knocked down his Ukrainian counterpart 3 times before the referee mercifully waved off the contest, returning Crusher to world title status. Here are the highlights.
So now the new trainer who speaks the same language, he says he couldn't do that with John David.
Titles, including a 2016 Rio Grande.
He's getting back.
And he's got that. This could be it. Zabrowski does get up.
If I was Sergey, because
hook by Shabransky, good right hand by Kovalev. Shabransky took that one. Another good one by
that's a nice left hook by Sergey.
Good uppercut from Kovalev.
That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather. And in the world of the weird and the wonderful, a London-based restaurant is using 3D versions of menu items to lure more customers. That's coming up.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na radio Fijian and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko lang ndo talita kana radio Fijian kina domoy viti.
Ayaw ko yaw sila tali, nagurara may naomani, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasawali, nagundurong varorong na radio Fijian na domoy viti.
Na radio Fijian na domoy viti na bonga ni BNN.
New media tonight. This holiday shopping season, people are expected to spend more money online than in stores. Here are some tips on how you can shop safer on your computer and mobile device while hunting for deals. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. It's Monday and that too a gorgeous one. It was sunny with fresh winds. Though the showers were on and off, but sunshine did maintain itself. Looking at the west, a superb sunny one. I would say an excellent day for a horse ride. Hope you ask the owner. Eastwards from Pekhabarasuba, a beautiful day with lots of sun and brisky breezes. And up north, humid on this side with of course sun being a stunner. At sea, east to southeast winds 20 to 25 knots with rough seas. And for the tides, high tide tomorrow morning will be at 2:10 with low tide at 8:30. See the beauty of sunrise at 6:21. For tomorrow, there is 10% chances of light showers. Other than that, it will be a clear one. Tomorrow's temps will be the hottest with highs of 31 degrees. And looking further on to Wednesday, the showers are building, which means we can expect some heavy showers. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fijian Pulse today, we asked, do you think we have the right lineup to make a winning start in Dubai?
To the way they have made their lineup for this weekend's clash, it's always our support to support the national sevens team.
Yes, I think it's a good team.
It's because of Jerry Chasa and the old boys there with Vatemo. And about the new players, the Uka from the army.
The Fiji team has a good lineup this year for the Dubai Sevens. It's a good team this year.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, it's not always easy to know what to order when dining out, especially with exotic or foreign cuisine. But a tech startup in New York is hoping to help using augmented reality to bring restaurant menus to life. Recapping the main stories, villagers in the spotlight for undersized catch, demolition of Old Narsori Market underway, and second round of election recruitment drive next month. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, the results from last week, we had asked, are you impressed with the commitment shown by countries post-COP23? 71% said yes. This week we are asking, should the Fiji Sevens coach bring in overseas players for the World Cup next year? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day. This beautiful shot was of a dolphin pair captured near Golden Point Resort in Rakiraki. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na radio Fijian and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko lang ndo talita kana radio Fijian kina domoy viti.
Ayaw ko yaw sila tali, nagurara may naomani, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasawali, nagundurong varorong na Radio Fijian nandu mai biti.
Na Radio Fijian nandu mai biti na bonga ni bieneno.